Hello and welcome to the new video. In today's video we're going to take a look at Bewear in the Go Battle League in the Love Cup. This Pokemon is running the legacy move of Drain Punch, and Drain Punch is one of the most underwhelming legacy moves that we have seen so far, but this meta actually might give it some play. The benefit of Drain Punch is it is quite cheap. It is actually not even that cheap. It's I think 40 energy. It is 40 energy for 20 damage. What do you get for this? You get a +1 self defense. I feel like if this move would be +2 self defense, maybe would have had some play, just generally speaking, on this Pokemon. But currently, it is a bit tough to play, I have to say, because it just doesn't do damage. Like, either buff the damage of the move, like put up to 50 or 60 even to make Drain Punch like doing anything with it. But as you can see as well, like a Drain Punch plus Superpower wasn't enough to knock out the opponent there. But generally speaking, of course, having a self-buffing move with defense is quite rare. Like, guarantee getting a defense boost. I think is Drain Punch the only move that can do that. But it is also not as overpowered as that you need a 40 energy move with 20 damage. Like, that's the thing as well. I really hope that this move gonna get buffed in the future though, but we're gonna be able to win this battle here. There, of course, are going to be some benefits of having this move, and as you will see here, we're going to have the Talonflame against us, and we're going to be able to go for the Drain Punch bait. Honestly, I feel like, I don't know, Drain Punch seems such a silly move. I think Obstruct does the same stuff as well. Obstruct is also for 40 energy, 15 damage, but you get a +1 boost on yourself and a -1 boost onto the opponent, which I feel like makes so much more sense as well. And I don't know why Drain Punch just got 5 more damage for not basically debuffing the opponent's defense, which of course debuffing the opponent's defense is a ginormous boost to your attack already. So I feel like Drain Punch needs a huge update. I feel like +40 damage would make sense on this move, or yeah, make it even a bit cheaper and give it still a damage boost. But yeah, sadly currently Drain Punch doesn't really see too much play. I think even this is the only Pokemon that learns Drain Punch, or is there another one? I'm actually gonna check real quick. But I do Bewear is the only Pokemon that learns Drain Punch currently in Pokemon Go. They never gave it to any other Pokemon, and it's not because it's too overpowered. But still, why do I think it's going to have some play here in the current meta? The main reason for this is Superpower doesn't get most of the chaos. Superpower is just not going to be able to get most of the chaos that you kind of want to have. And so in situations, for example, where you're going to be up against, something like even a Licky, you still kind of need to get a little bit of damage in before you go for the Drain Punch, before you go for the Superpower, but you don't really want to go for 2 Superpower either, because you can just drop your defense and your attack so much. So with the Drain Punch, you're going to be able to boost their own defense before you then go ahead and go for the big hard damage move there with the Superpower. The cool thing about it as well, a lot of people would expect payback on the Bewear, which is a energy move that takes a lot of energy for it basically, and so then you have 2 nukes on Bewear, which is cool to have. But a lot of people are going to use shields basically early on against Bewear because they expect a lot of damage coming in, and this allows you to just a lot of times bait out the shields, get the defense boost on yourself, and just makes you a little bit bulkier than you actually are, which is honestly kinda nice. But again, I don't think that Drain Punch needs to be that bad in order to make it balanced for the Bewear or any Pokemon that's going to get it in the future. So I hope that this is going to be one of the moves that is going to be included for a future buff, but also would like to see that Drain Punch is going to get added to more Fighting type Pokemon, because I feel like basically any kind of Fighting type Pokemon is able to learn this, and this would kind of maybe even allow some counter users to have a bit more play again if they can boost their own defense by using this move, while also still doing some damage after it maybe got buffed. That would be really cool. I feel like this is one of the moves that I really would like to see getting buffed for the next season. So most I missed a lot of stuff already, but again, I don't want to complain about it every video, but it is just sad that I think I lost like 2 games minimum here again due to lag after my Pokemon gets KO'd. And it's just annoying because I want to showcase the team. The team functions really well for me. It works out super well, generally speaking. And I think even the battle that you saw beforehand, I was storing up, I think it was this battle. You see all of the battles I did with the team anyway. But there was, I think, the battle before where I stored up 2 charge moves on my Ariados against the Scrafty. I would be able to always win the CMP tie against the Scrafty, but because the opponent got the 1-turn lag because they KO'd my Pokemon beforehand, I wasn't able to get the CMP tie in at all. the opponent gets the charge move in before I can even debuff them, doing way more damage, and then they can get to a CMP tie afterwards, which they're going to be able to then, yeah, play out as well. So basically, the first one is in the CMP tie, they just go for the charge move because I'm lagging, and then the second one, they're gonna go for the CMP tie, which I'm gonna win, but I'm not gonna knock them out, and they can still go for the move directly afterwards, completely running useless. I saved 2 moves on my Ariados and losing me the battle, and this happened the game before. There are at least like 1 or 2 more games as well in here today where I'm just gonna lose because of this bug. And this is like the annoying thing. Like I know that people are gonna be like, they don't want to hear all of this kind of stuff of me complaining about things. But the thing is, I want to showcase you cool teams and a cool team idea and things that work out well. And this team actually is really good. Like this team really would have worked out well if it wasn't for the bug, and it is just always a bit difficult to see because most people just see, oh, how many wins, how many losses did he get. I went 5-5 with this team, just for clarity reasons, but at least 2 to 3 of those battles that I should have won without the lag. And it just sounds different if you go 8-2 with the team or 5-5 with the team. And it's all down to the current situation of the game, which is kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. We're gonna, yeah, sadly go down here, and the opponent's gonna move on here now with their Melodic. Hopefully there's going to be not a battle where you're going to lose again due to absolute nonsense. I just really hope that's going to get fixed. And again, for me, I also kind of want to talk about it, so maybe there are more eyes on this huge issue that's currently happening. And it's only really happening for, I think, the last app update, basically, which was like 3 weeks ago or something. And it is just a little bit annoying. Here, at least you're going to see Slowbro going up against our little bear. And the little bear is going to have actually a very solid time here, because as we're going to see, we're going to be able to survive those moves quite easily. And we can just go for the full farm run thanks to Shadow Claw, which is really cool. But against Mage, maybe I should win for double superpower. I wasn't really trusting it, but at the end of the day, yeah, how much damage am I gonna do here? Really not much extra. And as you will see, yeah, like barely did anything. So we're gonna be forced to go into my Aloma Mola just to catch some energy, I guess, from the opponent here. But it's gonna be a bit of a tough battle. Let's see on how this is gonna go. Yeah, Psychic is coming in. This is going to allow us to get up a Psychic there again against the opponent as well. This is the thing as well for this team. The issue is that I really would like to actually climb up a little bit higher again in terms of rating. Like I'm currently always sitting around like the Legend Elo range, which is cool. But yeah, like you're just not, it's just impossible for me to currently climb. Like I lose at least 5 belts a day due to the bug currently. And it's just so annoying because like, yeah, I would like to be a bit higher in terms of my Elo currently. But like there's literally nothing I can do about it. And it's just kind of, it's really like at a point where like normal lag would have been way better than what we have currently. We have consistent lag that always happens, it always kind of, it's just only on one side of the battle as well. Like most of the times I already have it on my opponent's part. I had like maybe once or twice in 25 battles. So it is quite a thing that I wish would be just gone. Anyway, as said before already earlier on, a lot of Skeledurge are a bit scared of Bewear because they could run Payback, and that's why they use a shield here. We're going to be able to boost our own defense, allowing me to go for another charge move here, which is going to be the superpower this time around. They let the move go through, which still did some solid damage against them. I can go to the Yellow Momola. Look at this, I don't get the fast move in again, which I should have got through, but yeah, still having the bug if a Pokemon faints. You are not allowed to go for any turns afterwards anymore. Like, I don't even understand why this is happening. Like, this is such a huge issue currently. It happens to nearly everyone. Like, I saw so many comments down below as well, where they say they have the exact same issue that I have. And I don't even know where this makes sense based on the programming thing. Like, where does this have anything to do with what your next turn gonna be if your Pokemon faints or not? Because if you just normally swap, you don't have the issue. Like if you just normally swap or the opponent goes for charge move or anything like this, we have to just stand still or change something in the battle. There is no issue with that. Why is it an issue when a Pokemon gets KO'd and then you have to get into another Pokemon? So there must be something broken basically in the mechanic of putting in a new Pokemon after Pokemon fainted. And I really hope that they can fix it, because I have no idea how this can even break. Like, how does this even happen? Like, they haven't really changed anything in Go Battle League for ages. So I'm really not aware on why this is happening here right now. But I know that we can still go for a Psychic here against the opponent Slowbro, which is going to be great. This is going to allow us to get the KO. And the Licky is going to go down. We had also a lot of horrible leads here again. Basically the same as what I said as well yesterday. And yesterday I had a team that really would have been great here right now. But yeah, anyway, we're gonna see the Drain Punch coming through against the opponent's Miltank. We're gonna boost our own defense, and with this, we're gonna put them into range for a superpower, which is what we kinda want to do. We can survive a hit a little bit easier, and we can now go for the superpower and see what the opponent's gonna do here. I'm fairly certain it should be enough to knock them out, right? Yep, and I don't think we've been able to knock them out from full health, I have to say. I don't think so. I could be wrong with that, but also, there's apparently issues with Pokemon being banned currently that are not supposed to be banned in this meta, like Mew, for example, or Galarian Moltres. There are like certain Pokemon that are currently still banned that are not supposed to be banned. There are Pokemon that got unbanned recently. I have no idea what's actually going to be happening currently in the Go Battle League. I have to say, I'm really very much confused here on what is actually up with Niantic, but maybe we're gonna get a new season soon. That's gonna be exciting as well. We're in the final month of this season as well. So, honestly, by the way, also maybe for a video's sake, what moves that are currently available in the game would you like to get buffed? Where we are already at Drain Punch, already talking about this one, which is a move that I would like to see get more of a distribution to like more Flying type Pokemon that got nerfed with Counter recently. And then getting a damage buff or most likely also an energy buff towards it would be really cool. I feel like that would be really working out well for a lot of the Pokemon that are currently in a tough spot. But yeah, let me know down below which Pokemon do you think is going to be something, or like which move you think you kind of want to get up buffed for the next season. Would be really interesting for me. Like, I always like to have some suggestions from you in there as well, because I'm looking through the moves and I'm like, yeah, this could be buffed, this could not be, but I would really like to just hear on what you can say about this, or like how you feel about it. Maybe even Charge Beam can get buffed now, where the Lantern isn't as good anymore. Stuff like this would be something that is kind of interesting to me, at least. Hear people talking about Peck. So if you have any idea, then let me know down below. Another move that could be buffed again, which I feel at least would be kind of solid, would be actually a move that we have on the team as well, which is Psychic. Psychic got nerfed because of Medicham recently, and I feel like this would be a move that again, like, doesn't really need the nerf anymore, because Medicham is kind of gone and Annihilate is just Medicham and better. There's no real reason to have it nerfed like it currently is. But yeah, let me know down below again what kind of moves would you like to see buffed. I would like to see definitely a bigger move update for the next season. I'm fairly certain we get it. Like, usually it is, you have a ginormous move update for the beginning after like Worlds. Then you have like a tiny move update just to change a few things around, just to try to balance the meta a little bit more for the winter time, which is the current season that they're currently in, where we have like the elemental changes or whatever. It didn't change crazy a lot of the meta, but makes some other Pokemon a little more useful, which is kind of cool. And then you're going to have usually a bigger move update again, which is hopefully the next one, where I'm most likely going to be away, by the way, when the move update gets announced, because I'm going to be in London for the EOSC, even though I have no idea what I'm going to run, and I'm honestly not in the mood to test anything out right now because the game is just broken. But yeah, I'm going to be there for a little bit just to chill mainly. I'm not going to do really any crazy stuff there or go to any of the socials. Like, if you want to see me, go to the tournament, say hello there, but I'm not going to go to any of the socials afterwards. Just kind of want to chill out a little bit there and just to enjoy the time in London with my girlfriend. But yeah, definitely, this is very likely where we're going to get the new season announcement, because it's going to be like 1.5, or like, yeah, basically 1.5 weeks before the season going to change, or like 2 weeks before the season going to change, and it's usually where they do that. So for that weekend where I expect the season announcement, at least I'm most likely only going to be able to cover it starting on Sunday. And then again, like afterwards, I'm going to do a lot of videos, of course, every single day, most likely until the season starts. But yeah, I would assume that we get for like the 21st or something, the new season update. Anyway, let's move on again to the team. I actually barely talked about the team here. I talked mainly about the problems of the game currently and the new season and moves that I want to see buffed. The team is kind of simple. We have a lead of Ariados. We don't really have a lot of flying type Pokemon in the meta. Like, yes, if you encounter Talonflame in the lead, you're going to struggle with this team. I was fully aware of this, but that's why I have also the fish in the bag, Alomomola, because I wanted to have something that hard counters Talonflame if I ever have to face it. Because if you go and see the Talonflame, I would, by the way, swap out into your Bewear and just try to play that matchup out. It's going to be better than the Ariados matchup for you. But yeah, you're going to have then still Alomomola in the bag that can still deal with this Pokemon. Anyway, we kind of use the Ariados here in order to debuff opponents, which is kind of nice, and just get some extra energy. And then in the back, of course, Alomomola trying to counter the weaknesses of our Ariados. You know what's also kind of funny? I have no idea how I'm gonna completely mess up this battle. It's going to be a Seeking against us. That's totally fine, right? We're gonna be able to take even a hit here, and that's what I'm gonna do. It is going to be from the opponent. The Drill Run. I'm fairly certain that the Hydro Pump is gonna do more damage compared to the Psychic. And that's why I decide to go for a shield here against the Drill Run again, which is great. And I can go for the Hydro Pump, and this is going to allow us to get ton of damage against them. I think this is more than the Psychic would do because it's a step and Psychic is really, really bad. I think I should have knocked them out there, by the way, with that poison thing that just went in. I do think I should have knocked them out before they got to the move, which would have helped me out quite a bit, because then the opponent will still need to go for a charge move against my Ariados, and most likely would have been able to debuff them, almost likely would have got some damage onto them. But no, this didn't work out as well again, and it's just the inconsistency currently that kinda makes it tough to play sometimes. But yeah, for the final opponent here, at least they're going to have some funny thing. I actually did not know that the normal Rotom was ever released. I actually want to see if I have one of them, because I'm fairly certain I don't. I think it's most likely from the last Go Fest or something. I would assume it got released from there, but I'm not too sure about it. We're going to see here the Scrafty coming in from, yeah, we're going to see the Thunder Punch coming in. We can still go for a Superpower. Can we realign ourselves with the Drain Punch, Bewear? We can go for the Superpower here and knock them out, which is great. We got the Drain Punch in, I think, before in order to get the defense boost. And in comes the Slowbro, which is also amazing for us. We're going to have here now the Ariados coming in. Lunge is coming in. This is going to allow us to drop the opponent's attack again. And we're looking very solid here. But I kind of have to rely on my fish in the back, because otherwise you're going to struggle a bit against the Rotom, which is coming back in here again. This is the best Rotom form, I think, because it has... Oh, I actually have that Rotom. Never mind. I think it's like one of the earlier ones that's got released. I even got it from a normal research around a year ago at the exact same time. That's kind of hilarious. I didn't know that. But that's cool. But yeah, this Pokemon has access to Stab Astonish, which is kind of nice. And maybe I'm going to take a look at this Pokemon as well, because it actually was really nice against me. Being a Ghost and Electric type Pokemon is kind of fun. So, cool to see this one. We can still go for the full farm though, so that's going to be fine. We're going to have, you know, a ton of energy against the Slowbro. Can we win this final battle here at least, after having all of those troubles before? The answer is no, because we are not going to be able to Poison Sting them down. They have exactly 2 HP, which allows them to survive this move through the shield, and they can knock me out. So yeah, I feel like this team is actually working out really well, to be fair. I think the game is crap right now, and that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you enjoy. I will see you then. Bye bye.